Hello and welcome, everybody. This is Angel Arts, and welcome to a serene and calm, rant-free episode of Let's Play Life is Strange. I am here in Chloe's room trying to get her morphine for her poor headache. The poor
It's
thing.
all about you, Arcadia Bay, isn't it?
And the Prescotts. It's all about the Prescotts, too.
Apparently, the only thing that hasn't changed is this view.
I'll give it another day, and I think the view is about to change quite dramatically. Oh. Hi, Joyce.
Oh, Max, it is so nice to have you around.
I probably should have knocked before coming in, but that's all right.
Oh no. I didn't realize how bad Chloe's injury really was.
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Price, as we discussed last week, Chloe's respiratory system is showing signs of rapid weakening. This accounts for her recent anemia and loss of breath. As a doctor, I am committed to her well-being, but I want you to understand the reality that respiratory failure is common in people with severe spinal injuries. Your daughter is one of the bravest, strongest patients I've ever had, and I'm proud to be working with her. I just want you as parents to prepare for any and all possibility. I believe Chloe should also be made aware of her changing condition. If you'd like to discuss this further, you have my contact information. Best, Dr. Anton Fibes. So this is a turn of events. It's possible that Chloe might be continuing to get even sicker. That's awful. And it's a really horrible position for parents to be in because they have to face a possible reality, and the doctor is suggesting strongly to make sure that Chloe herself is aware. So the question is, if you were in Chloe's position, would you want to be aware of that? I don't know, I have mixed feelings. Part of me feels like I would, because I'd like to know the truth, and I don't want people holding back, because, I would not want any major surprises, but I feel like it wouldn't become a surprise eventually. On the other hand, it might be good to also just not know anything. It's a tough call. I don't know what I would rather, honestly. Can we go snooping through things?
Look at them. They have no idea what's in their future.
Why does William look a lot like Warren? That's very eerie and odd. Looks a lot like Warren. I do miss that boy.
That is such a sweet shot of Chloe. I wonder who took the picture.
It might have been you, Maxine. Let's open your drawer.
William is trying so hard. He's still awesome.
Super Dad, be the family hero. Dr. Bill.
It's good for Chloe to stay in touch with her friends.
Joyce is already a super mom.
Lead the family. Oh, that's adorable.
Joyce used to hate smokers in the diner.
So I guess because of all the stress of her daughter, she's taken up smoking. Makes sense.
Good morning, Max. Oh, you and Chloe are so much quieter now than when you were kids.
I remember. It's nice waking up in your house again.
Oh, William and I love it. Finally seeing you and Chloe together after all these years.
Yeah.
After the accident.
Yeah. Let's talk about William.
I have to tell you how much I love seeing you and William together again.
He's been such a hero through all this. Chloe and I are lucky to have him.
Is William still the same? After everything that's happened?
For better and for worse. But always for the better. I never thought I'd love a man so much I can't imagine life without him. It sounds corny, I know.
You rule, Joyce.
Shit. Things would be different if I did. I like how you think, kid.
How awful feeling would it be if we had to change things back the way they were? Hearing those kind of things, you know?
How are you doing, Joyce?
I'm doing the best I can, Max. I won't lie, it's
I
difficult.
can only
but
imagine.
Nobody said life was easy here in Arcadia Bay.
Let's talk about David Manson. I am very curious about this.
Do you know somebody named David Madsen? He, might hang out at the Two Whales.
Well, that was random. Yeah, he's a bus driver. He comes in sometimes. Cute, quiet. Why?
Oh, I was just curious.
You always were. Nice to see that everything doesn't change.
So, what do you think is going on here with all of this eco-havoc?
Maybe Arcadia Bay just wants to be left alone. I know the feeling. Honestly, I don't give a shit about too much outside our house.
I don't blame you, Joyce.
Except now we have dead birds and beach whales outside our front door. So maybe I should care, for Chloe's sake.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of a red flag there.
Plus, you guys have to work, too.
Bill and I have no time for ourselves. We're working more than we're living. I even had to take a part-time gig at Pan Estates. Ugh.
Do you know the Prescotts?
I know that Sean Prescott won't be happy until he owns everything in Arcadia Bay. Stay away from his son, Nathan.
But Nathan's such a good little boy.
I wish I was a better friend. I know Chloe doesn't get many visitors.
Oh, Max, you're Chloe's best friend for a reason. You're here exactly when she needs you.
I hope so. You guys do such an amazing job taking care of her.
We can only do so much, and she gets damn sick of her parents. That's why it's so important you came to spend time with her. Max, Chloe's condition is not improving.
I saw.
Her respiratory system is very weak, and she... Do you know what I'm saying?
Does she know, though?
Joyce. I'm so sorry you have to go through all this.
Bad or good, I embrace every moment with my daughter and my husband. This is what it means to be a family, and we'll always be one, no matter what.
That's so...
I better get back to Chloe now. It's good talking with you, Joyce.
You too, honey.
That was a very awesome conversation with Joyce, especially her comment about family. That's what's it all about, you know? That's what it's all about. For rich or for poor, sickness and health. I mean, that's what people getting married say, but I mean, it applies to family as well.
I know. Things aren't as neat and tidy as they used to be.
And how brave of Joyce to be able to talk to Max about Chloe's worsening condition. I mean, as a parent, I can just imagine it's hard to say it out loud, much less admit to it. Facing it. Very, very tough. So, now that we've got the morphine, it's time for us to, deliver this back to Chloe. Hey there, girl. I got just what you need. Now we can ease that pain.
Finally. Give me the blue pill.
I'm sorry. I'm nosy, but not precise.
Go ahead and plug it right in. It's so easy. And painless.
Okay, but get ready to yell for your folks if I screw up.
Oh, trust me. I will.
Oh, vote of confidence. If it goes wrong, we can rewind
Of course,
time.
my pain just keeps getting worse. But you caught me on a good day. Max, I'm so grateful that I'm even able to hang out with you. See, I'm getting mushy. I'm already high.
You're so adorable. Do you want anything else?
Stop me if I'm being too emo. But can you grab one of the photo albums over there? I'd like to check out some old pictures of us when we were kids.
Of course.
Please. My diary is like emo ground zero.
But
Plus, Max Caulfield does not pass up a photo op with Chloe Price.
I think it makes sense, you know, going back down memory lane. Drawer, we already looked through that. Let's take a look at the photo album.
So Chloe has her own photo album.
And we're going to take the photo album. There we go. Don't think there's anything else that we can do here. Because we looked at everything else. Yes, yes. Alright. Okay. Photo album with Chloe. Let's go through it together.
Is that okay?
Perfect. Oh my god, look how little we are there. We look like toys.
I remember that day by the lighthouse.
My dad was pissed at us. He actually tried to give us a timeout.
And you laughed at him. My dad would have banished me.
Let's turn the page.
Whoa, awesome picture. We look so badass in our pirate gear.
We should have taken over Arcadia Bay when we had the chance.
Before the Prescotts did.
There's still time for you. Oh man, there we are making pancakes.
Oh yeah.
I love that shot
That's
of us.
right.
It's hard to believe my dad took that picture only 5 years
That
ago.
photo.
Literally seems like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was.
Me too. This photo. Maybe I could.
Listen, Max. My respiratory system is failing, and it's only getting
so she
worse.
does know.
I've heard the doctors talking about it when they thought I was zonked out.
So they didn't actually tell
So
her.
I know I'm just putting off the inevitable while my parents suffer along, and I will too. This isn't how I want things to end.
Oh no, I think I know what she's going to ask me
What
to
are
do.
you saying?
She
I'm
wants.
saying that being with you again has been so special.
I know what she wants us to
I
do.
just wanted to feel like when we were kids running around Arcadia Bay and everything was possible, and you made me feel that way today. I want this time with you to be my last
I
memory.
knew that's what she wanted me to do.
Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All you have to do is crank up the IV to 11.
This is a very horrible choice to make. Are we gonna even be given the choice? Wow. This is a huge choice, guys. Here's someone who is clearly trying to... Chloe is trying to do what she believes is the right thing. Because, yes, it allows her to have the final memory that she has before she passes on to be... She doesn't want to get worse. She doesn't want to continue suffering. She wants to leave this world as she is right now with her best friend. And that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. On the other hand, how horrible would it be to be placed in that position? To essentially put down your loved one. Granted, the loved one is asking you to do it. The loved one is giving you permission to do it. This is a really controversial subject. Do you do it even though that person wants it and is asking for it? Do you still do it? It doesn't sit well with me doing it, but it also doesn't sit well with me letting that person suffer to the end of their days either. And the other thing that I think why Chloe wants to do this is she doesn't want her parents to continue financially suffering. Because if she gets worse, the bills are just going to go up even further. And it might, I guess she believes that in the long run, it's better for her parents if she goes sooner than later. while they still have whatever little money they have. This is a tough choice. Very tough. I'm gonna need some tea to think about this. The interesting thing about this choice is that you can accept, refuse, or for the first time, there is a third option, I don't know. I have a feeling, just a feeling, that most people are going to choose I don't know. Sort of as I can see why, just because it's too hard to choose between accept and refuse. I think for most people, this is probably quite a dilemma for them. Probably not all. I'm sure there's a few people who might be like, oh, I totally would accept and put the poor thing out of her misery, or, oh, I totally would refuse because it's not right to just off someone like there when there's still hope. Give them a chance when there might still be hope that the person can somehow push through if you're willing to take that choice. But then there's an I don't know. I have a sinking feeling if I pick I don't know, the game's going to force you to choose one of the two anyway. What if I say I don't know? I feel like I'm going to be doing just what most other people will be doing, but we'll see what happens.
Chloe, I really don't know if I can do this. I had another friend.
That's right, I forgot
who
about...
wanted to end it all.
I forgot about that.
And I did everything I could to try and save her life.
That's a good point.
How can I be responsible for ending yours? I mean, there's gotta be another way.
Max, you were there for your friend, no matter what. Now I'm asking you to help me the same way.
I want to help you, Chloe, but I think my help is hurting.
At least you have a choice. When you want to make a decision, you can just do it.
That's a good point.
Look at me. I'm at the mercy of everybody.
That's true.
For once, I want to make my own choice. The most important one of my life. Please. Help me, Max.
See, the game is going to give you this choice anyway. This is really interesting. I didn't even think about what happened to Kate Marsh. The fact that Max was put in the same position. Before, where somebody deeply wanted to end it all because it was too painful, it hurt so much. This situation is similar but different. It's tough. This is a really tough call. I'm very impressed that the game actually gave us this type of a situation. I didn't see this coming until the very end when she was about to tell me, you know, this is what I want you to do for me. I'm asking you to help me do this, because she has a point. If she wanted to end her suffering in this way, unlike most people, she can't do it on her own. She needs help. A lot of people have very strong feelings about committing suicide. I'm very much against it. I can understand somebody, though, being on basically their deathbed, though, and wanting to end the suffering of not only themselves, but those people around there. It's an extremely complicated situation. Oh, this is really tough. I don't know what I would do. The only saving grace about the situation is I have a gut feeling if I was metagaming, I have a gut feeling that this choice isn't going to matter in the long run, because I'm predicting that before this series is through, we're going to undo this universe anyway. We're going to reset back to the way things were anyway, is my feeling. But that's metagaming, which I don't want to do. I want to actually see what would happen if Max would actually do this or not. But because we have the luxury of rewinding time, I might be able to simply look at both outcomes and choose between the two. Because, as many of you guys were saying, that's the whole point of this game, isn't it? The whole point of this game is to be able to rewind time, look at both outcomes, and see which one you would prefer doing. So let's do just that. First, I'm going to refuse, because my gut feeling is to, if there's still a chance for the person to live, don't just give up on them. But then again, the argument is if they're asking you to, this is what they want. But I'm going to refuse first.
Chloe. I can't. It wrecks me to see you in any pain, but I don't have any right to do this.
I'm an adult. I'm giving you the right.
But Joyce and William...
I already said my goodbyes to them, but they won't honor my wishes. You will.
Maybe there's a reason,
Right.
though.
I
why.
can't kill you with an overdose.
Max, I'm dying from my illness, not my dosage. This accelerates the process. I'd rather go out on a wave than a rock. And I want my best friend to help me out.
I am going to help you, but not like that. You have to believe me, Chloe.
Why, Max? You're just bailing on me like everybody else. Why don't you go now? You've been wanting to since you got here, right? So go and don't come back.
Now that hurts a
Chloe.
lot.
I am never leaving you again.
What she said about you're just bailing on me just like everybody else sounds very familiar. Sounds very familiar indeed. And again, if I wanted to, break out of this calm and serene condition, I might start maybe a rant or two about that, but I'm not, because it's all right. It's okay. Everything is just fine. Let's rewind and see what'll happen. Faster, faster, faster. But the things that Chloe was saying really hurt hard. I'm not sure if I even want to watch this. I'm not sure I want to watch this, but...
Chloe.
I'll just drift asleep, dreaming of us here together. Forever.
And I'll just choose based on which one I think is more painful.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you for following your dreams. Don't forget about me.
Never.
I love you, Max. See you around.
Sooner than you think.
That was very hard. On one hand, she was more... Oh, see that? That means we can probably go back in time again. But before we do that... Yeah, that was more... They were both emotional. Both outcomes were very emotional for different reasons. She was clearly showing how peaceful she was and how at ease she was and how she accepted this, what she believed was her inevitable fate, and wanted to go with her head held high. I understand why she did that. Whereas in the other one, she basically felt like that Maxine was abandoning her and not following her wishes, not giving her what she wanted. And it left a very bitter taste in Max's mouth, because she basically was saying things like, "You've been wanting to leave this entire time, so why don't you? Why don't you leave?" Which I think deep down inside, Chloe knows that's not true. I think she feels that deep down inside. I think this would destroy William, and this would absolutely destroy William and Joyce. This reminds me of actually a scene, without giving too much away, this reminds me of a scene in Dragon Age Inquisition when Art is talking to one of the characters of Dragon Age Inquisition shortly after they first meet, and the character is deciding on whether or not to put someone out of their misery, whether it's right to put someone out of their misery, or you should keep someone alive because of the hope or the possibility that they might be able to get through it. It feels very similar to that. I have to rewind again. Do I want to go back and refuse again, even though Chloe will end up hating me? Or do I accept because that's what she asked for? I think me, the person, if I was role-playing myself, I couldn't do it. I couldn't kill someone, even if they asked me to. I just can't. Every fiber, every being, I personally don't think I can, because there's no going back. There's no going back after that. You can't, where, you know, if you let somebody live, there is going back. You can always change your mind. You can change your mind after the fact if you let somebody live and decide, okay, well, maybe I'll change my mind and I actually will overdose you with morphine. But once you're dead, you're dead. I think that's, my gut reaction is I would refuse. But if I was role-playing Maxine, if I was role-playing her, she would accept. And this is surprising me. When I rewound that last time, I was pretty convinced I was just going to go with refuse, because that was my gut feeling. But I don't think that that's what Maxine would do. So I'm going to surprise myself. I'm going to accept.
Chloe.
I don't need to watch it again. Left mouse button to focus on one photo.
I'm sorry, William.
Here we go. Here we go again. I think we're about to change things. I think we're saying I'm sorry, William, because there we go.
Who wants to help me make grits?
It's left and right. Yeah. Here we go.
Someday
again.
Dad'll get one of them newfangled computers.
I hope the flash didn't scare you, Max. This is a keeper.
Here we go again.
Hello? Hey, honey. What?
Max knows that she
I didn't
can't
know you had to get
intervene.
groceries. Of
She
course I'll come
learned.
pick you up.
At least she learned.
Shit, where are my keys?
That's $1 for the swear jar.
You mean your college fund? Keys, please. Aha! You can't hide from me forever.
And no
She
Chloe
burning
and
it.
Max wine tastings next
So
week.
she can't change her mind
Don't
again.
blow it, because
Did you
tonight
notice
your mother
that?
promised
She
to make
burnt
us
it
a
so she can't
world-famous
do this
salmon
ever again.
surprise with chocolate cake for dessert. Max, you'll be here too, right?
She's never leaving me.
That makes all of us.
Goodbye, William.
Max, you are being so fucking strange. Like you're never gonna see us again.
Life is strange, my dear.
Chloe, I'm so sorry. I tried to make things different for you. I did try. I'm sorry.
I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but come on. You have made things different, like my whole life. You're my best friend.
Yeah, I know.
I've got you and a great family. What's to be sorry for? We'll be best friends forever.
Well,
And when we grow up, we're taking over the world.
Listen, whatever happens, I want you to be strong. Even if you feel like I wasn't there for you. Because I will never abandon you, Chloe. I'll always have your back. Always.
everything will change back again. Here we go. Back to David Manson. Yeah, back to our camping trip. David Manson's back. Yep. She no longer has her. Yep. There's Chloe again. Oh, now that's different. That was Rachel Amber, I think. When did we take a photo of that? When did we take a photo of that? Oh boy, that happened sooner than I thought. Changing, resetting things back again? Now where are we? Now, did we change anything by telling Chloe everything that we said to her before we came back? Oh, hi. Chloe's...
Chloe,
Oh,
you're alive.
wow,
Yes.
there she is.
Oh yeah, now you suddenly want to kiss me? You had your chance.
I'm so
The old
glad
Chloe
you're here.
is back, and she's alive.
You sound high, but thanks for the morning grope. Since we were up all night playing CSI Arcadia Bay, I was still spaced out here trying to put all this info together.
Oh, okay. Sure, let's go look at your info.
Max, did you forget we've gone over this? I hope you weren't messing around with time while I was sleeping.
Oh, yes. That...
Not anymore. I'm just spaced out too.
Welcome back to the real world, Max.
Very interesting.
I don't think I can ever tell Chloe about what happened.
Probably a good idea not to. Oh, look at all the articles there, including Kate. So, things are back. I kind of would have wanted to have been able to explore that alternate reality more, you know? It would have been nice to have seen her interact more with the Vortex Club, seeing, I don't know, there were just a lot of things, so many questions about the alternate world that I think would have been cool to discover. And I just felt like that opportunity would have been very cool. But I understand that there's only so much time that they can squeeze in for this episode, for this game, because otherwise they would just take up the entire episode just exploring this alternate universe that you're just going to reset. So I get that, but I think I would still think it would have been really cool and interesting. But that's okay, because it's alright. It's okay. Everything is just fine. And we have old Chloe back again. So yeah, that was those last several scenes were amazing. Were so good, so well done, so real. And it puts you in a position, very awkward and uncomfortable positions, that really makes you think about what your morals and values are, and what is important to you, and what you think is right. I don't think there was a right or wrong answer for those last decisions. I mean, it's an extremely tough call, and you can make arguments on either side, and I don't think there's a definitive right or wrong when it comes to those kind of things. So far, you know, kudos to the writers and the developers on that episode, simply because of those last final moments with Chloe. So, anyway guys, thank you so much. It would have been nice, I think, like I said, if we had more chance to see the some of the other characters. But, you know, I think the game has made it quite clear that Chloe, this is a very Chloe-centric game. Chloe is here to stay, whether we like it or not. She is a key player, a key character in this whole story. And even if she may not necessarily be my favorite character, oh well, that's just, it is what it is. It is what this story is about. She's a key player. So, it's alright. It's okay. Everything will be just fine. So until next time, everybody, love yourselves and love each other.